What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, and shout out to all the cats overseas who check out my Shane Van Gisbergen diecast reviews. Hello and welcome. I appreciate y'all. We got another banger here in the studio. This is the Safety Culture Chevrolet. Wow, I love this paint scheme. He actually won a event in this paint scheme. Let's take a closer look. Here we go, folks. We have a incredible diecast in studio. Shout out to all the SVG fans out there, man. I really appreciate every time I do one of these reviews. You always tune in, so massive W to y'all. This is a amazing looking paint scheme, and I'm still shocked it took this long for him to get it out. Like, I don't know what changed or what, but this thing is incredible. Shane Van Gisbergen Safety Culture Chevrolet 2025. You got the chrome 88 right there. It's like a purple paint scheme. You have all these gradients. I mean, this is a good looking car. If you're curious of the box design, here's both sides of it. Here is the official name tag for it, and we're going to go ahead and carefully open it up. I'll be right back, fellas. And here we go, diecast out of the box. And before we really kick off this review, one collector to another, one of the absolute most popular diecasts to get is the Shane Van Gisbergen cars. Don't believe me? Look for it yourself, okay? Try finding his normal WeatherTech car from 2025, okay? Try finding some of his Red Bull paint schemes, or, his Red Bull paint scheme, and the Connor Zilic Red Bull paint scheme. They're already drying up. This paint scheme is absolutely fantastic. With him changing his number in 2026, it might make this paint scheme a little bit more collectible, being his one and only year in the 88 car. And he won in this paint scheme at, what was it, Mexico City, I think? So if you're a fan of SVG, and considering how popular he is internationally, I mean, every time I do one of these videos, I get international comments, which is so freaking cool, man, by the way. So what I'm trying to say, fellas, if you're wanting this car, put it on your short list to pick it up, because every other SVG car is drying up, and it just turned 2026, right? SVG Cup cars haven't even, since his full-time year, haven't even been out a full calendar year yet, right? So just keep it at real. Just keep it at real. They just released, I think, his Xfinity Red Bull car, as well as Connor Zilic, and I want to say his Xfinity win. Didn't he win one in the Red Bull car, I think? Yeah, I think he did. I think he won the Chicago Street Race. Could be tripping on that. Anyways, there was a couple of them that got produced, released the last week or two, so you might want to pick one of them up as well. Just keeping it real. They should have them over there at Circle B. You can tap in with that promo code if you like. You don't have to, but it's kind of one of those, hey, if you want it, you better get it while you can, because every other SVG car, it doesn't stick around long. So, anyways, you go here to the front of the diecast here. You have this beautiful, I mean, absolutely beautiful paint scheme. It is a purple-themed car, but you have these gradients, and then you have spots of bright color. This is a really well-done paint scheme, honestly. Got Van Gisbergen right there. On the front windscreen, you got SC for Safety Culture. You have this very unique style of color choices. You have orange. No, it's yellow with just a drop of orange, potentially? No. Okay, so the yellow here is different than the yellow on the front with the Red Bull. You have this blue, then you have kind of a lighter shade of purple. Very random set of colors in a good way. It's definitely unique. Then you go to the front of the diecast here. We're going to zoom in. Pay attention. There is some gradients here. You have some striping. This paint scheme does not lack detail. You have Sunoco with the rookie decal there. You have kind of this Bobby Labonte Interstate Batteries kind of striping there. If you go back to the early 2000s, you have the little thin outlining to it. You have some yellow. You kind of have a blue horizon gradient right there. Underneath the front headlights, you have the Red Bull stripe, which is really cool around the headlight piece. I think that's one of the most unique sponsor placements. And if you're a fan of the traditional stock car number placement, being the door number, this is probably the most, middle door number I have seen out of all the Cup Series next-gen cars. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's pretty darn close. I'm going to keep it a buck, We've seen other next-gen cars, and they've moved it back a little bit. I think Trackhouse is probably the best at it. In terms of getting the numbers close to the middle. But yeah, that looks fantastic. And then massive W to safety culture, putting their sponsor on the side panel. I cannot stress it enough. Why put a tiny logo right here, right? And then just say, okay, put the car on the grid. No, use the whole side panel. If the whole argument about, door number placements is if we want more real estate on the car to make it more ROI for the sponsors, use the larger area of the car to put your logos. I think that's such a great way to design the paint scheme. Again, you can see the purple gradient in the background. The whole bottom of the car has kind of this either a very dark purple or black. I think it's actually really, really dark purple. That is sharp. Got quad lock there. No American ethanol ring, as that would go away in 2025 for most of the cars. Got a good year there. NASCAR Cup Series, got 88. Safety culture, a better way of working. SVG with Siemens there, and then you have Wendy's. We hear the B post decal. They have only one logo there. I'm assuming this livery is probably based on a early render of the paint scheme potentially. You do have the Chevrolet decal there, but he would have some other sponsors. Check this out right here to the back panel of the car. This is so cool. The rear spoiler sponsor is the first year in NASCAR since what, 2009? No, early 2010 when they had the COT winglets. That was the last time stock cars were able, NASCAR stock cars were able to have the sponsors on the spoiler. So that is really cool. Got Red Bull gives you wings. You have safety culture there, 88 on the right side, Chevrolet on the back panel, and then you have Quaker State on the left side. Go to the right side of the diecast, and again, more of a middle door number, definitely closer to the middle compared to other paint schemes I have seen in the past. So that is really, really sharp. Let me go ahead and change out one of my batteries here for the light. But one of the most detailed paint schemes for sure on track. I think when you look at all the Trackhouse, paint schemes from years past, they are definitely the best paint scheme department, and in my opinion, probably since 2020. For me, Hendrick Motorsports was probably the best in terms of paint schemes for a long time because they used to paint all their cars, right? You had metallic blues, metallic silvers, you had the Jeff Gordon red DuPont flames. You had a lot of fantastic paint schemes, and then they kind of went away from that, in my opinion. And I feel like Trackhouse has kind of picked up that crown, so to speak. If I had to say my second favorite paint scheme team, it's probably going to be Roush. They do a remarkable job with their livery department. And with them having 3 full-time cars now, there's even a greater selection, so to speak, of sponsors for them to make more paint schemes for. But if you're a fan of, detailed, modern-looking race cars, this is one of the best ones on the grid. It's not going to stick around long, I don't feel like. Unless they put it in the Authentics line, which I have no idea if they will. This paint scheme's probably not going to be... they're probably not going to overproduce it, let's just say that. Go to the top of the car here, you have that very sharp outlining of the 88 with the light blue. Very similar to the chrome door number. I mean, look at that. That is sharp. That is freaking sharp. Over here at the top of the car, you have safety culture once again. Van Gisbergen on the rear window, which has the dual shark fins. Then you have safety culture again on the deck lid. And then check this out. You have, once again, another Red Bull logo there. You have gives you wings right before it meets the spoiler. So fantastic diecast, man. And I believe the number he's going to be running in 2026 is going to be the number 97 car, which from my understanding was the number he ran in V8 Supercars. He did run that in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. It is cool to see the number 97 kind of come back to NASCAR, the Kurt Busch days or the Roush-Coutiers. That was always really cool. But, his run in 2025 with the 88 car, so many great paint schemes, man. So many great paint schemes, and a lot of them are already drying up. So you could imagine years and years from now the potential collectibility of those. So absolutely make sure to pick up yours while you can. I have no idea how many they're producing of this. I don't know if it's on the 1500 MOQ or it's on the 2500 MOQ. Either way, one of the most popular drivers of 2025. Get it while you can. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Fantastic diecast. One of my favorite paint schemes of the year. Shocked it took them this long to get the diecast out, but one of the best ones for sure. That's all for now. Have a blessed one. DB, signing off.